So guys, today we're going to take a look at Seafood City. It's one of the premier places in Las Vegas to get fresh seafood. It's also one of the cornerstones of the entire Filipino and Asian American community in Vegas. It's a beautiful day today. Some clouds in the sky, which is typical for winter time in Vegas. And yes, it's winter. 58 degrees, but it feels like the 60s are upon us. Blue skies, a little bit of clouds. What a perfect day to go in. Hey, time was if you were an Asian American person, you were eating Uncle Ben's rice. Time was that if you were in Vegas and you wanted fresh seafood, you had to go to the high-end casinos and pay through the nose. But there's a solution for all that. It's called Seafood City. So we're going to go in, take a quick tour around. Hopefully we don't get busted, and hopefully we'll let this guy park before he runs me over. Let's go, shall we? So fun fact, Jollibee, the B you see here, is the biggest fast food chain in the world. Well, one of them. They're so huge because they are all over China and Asia, and they also own so many companies. This is the first Jollibee in Vegas. Combined with the lobby, you can see here the first Chowking. Jollibee is American-style burgers. Chowking, on the other hand, is more Asian cuisine, dumplings, egg noodles, these kinds of things. And the whole entire lobby of of Seafood City is all Filipino services and Asian stuff, which is nice to see because the community is represented well in Vegas. Most people don't know how many Filipinos actually live here. It's quite a lot, actually. Make up one of the biggest demographics. Now, we can see the different cakes and things like this, and it's obviously very much inspired by the Philippines. They have some traditional stuff too. They do have regular cakes, chocolate cakes, and that kind of stuff. Red Ribbon is huge in the Philippines. It's very underrated, and if you're looking for cakes, you need to check them out in Vegas because they do custom cakes. And they do anything you might like. Very delicious stuff. But enough with that. Here's some more prepackaged type desserts. Most of this stuff is made out of rice, evidently. Well, not evidently. Rice is a huge ingredient. It's a huge staple, especially when you live in a moist culture where all that kind of stuff is growing everywhere. And speaking of rice, oh my gosh, more rice than you could shake a stick at. If you're cooking a specialized dish, you need a certain type of rice. Anything from basmati to jasmine to just regular type of long grain rice. You're going to find it here in large quantities. This is a 50-pound bag of rice. I mean, that's 1/3 of what I weigh on a good day. Three Ladies brand, very popular brand of rice as well. But enough of that. We have to move on to the wet bar because this is really the best feature that you want to show people. The wet bar has so many fish, so many everything, catfish. There's different fish cakes, fish crackers, coconut waters, any kind of fish you could imagine. Combined with the fresh produce that they have, it really makes it a great place, except for salted egg. Who's eating a salted egg potato chip? Comment below if you eat salted eggs. So tamarind, which is a type of spice, but you can eat it as a candy. Oranges, oh, the best looking oranges you'll ever do see. And back on to the main event, which is squid. I don't know about that. We tried to feed squid and octopus to our dog once. My mother worked in a seafood restaurant. Even the dog didn't want it. But some people like it. It's a constant battle, though, to keep the wet bar full of ice. And they always have somebody stocking ice all the time. Fresh fish goes out all the time. It gets trucked into Vegas from different places. A lot of this, though, is from Taiwan. A lot of these are from waters that they just can't get the stuff near us, so they bring it into Vegas. And a lot of the places that get this are the same restaurants charging you an arm and a leg. Different types of fish. These are clownfish or parrotfish. I think it's a parrotfish, clownfish. There you go, it's parrotfish. And of course, tilapia, one of the most popular fish on the planet Earth. They say that Jesus multiplied the fishes. It was probably tilapia because they grow in almost any condition in any waters. Different types of fish that you might not ever see before. And what's interesting about the wet bar is that you have these and you also have some pre-packaged. So if you don't want to wait, you just want to get something and you just want to bring it up to the cash register, you're good to go there. They also have all sorts of shrimp that you can't get anywhere else. These are previously frozen, but they're not previously cooked, which is actually good because you don't always want to eat cocktail shrimp all the time. Mussels and scallops and crab's legs, the same Alaskan crab's legs on the deadliest catch, as well as lobster tails and complete lobsters for you. They have live lobsters in the tank, but nobody wants to wait for that. I don't know about that. Maybe I'll wait for that. Different types of eggs, noodles, Noodles from all over the place, imported from Asia. So if you're cooking a specialty dish, they have everything, as well as like a million types of tofus and some of the most exotic produce you'll never see if you shop at a traditional type of Americanized store. These are taro roots, giant Filipino type of yams, I believe. Oh, Japanese yams. Oh, I'm so sorry. Then you have all sorts of vegetables you may never have even known existed, but are all amazing in their own light. You have different types of long beans and fruits. Look, select Asian vegetables. What a coincidence finding those here. And you have different types of snap peas. These are long beans, which are really popular in most Filipino and Asian dishes, actually. These are pretty fresh. Filipino type of eggplants, which are a little different than the other eggplant, which you can see right above. And then there's some bitter melon squash, chayote. Bitter melon is interesting. It's very, very bitter, but it's turned into supplements for controlling blood sugar and diabetes, which can never be bad. Then every single kind of Americanized vegetable you'd want too. Cabbage, different types of lettuce, leafy greens, and carrots and potatoes. But that's not why you come here, because you could probably get those cheaper somewhere else. You come here for this, a jackfruit the size of your upper torso. They're sold by the pound. You can imagine that if one of these weighs 25 pounds, you're paying $25. Or you can buy a smaller one all chopped up for you. How big is a jackfruit? It is pretty darn big. Much bigger than you might imagine. Jackfruit. They don't have durian on display, but fresh durian is even more money. It's like $10 a pound. You're spending $75 on a durian fruit. King of the fruits if you play Zelda. Thumbs up if you like Zelda. Back to the wet bar. Just to give you an overview of what everything here looks like. And the produce is cheap. The shrimp is cheap. A lot of the seafood here is a lot less than you would pay for something that's frozen at an Americanized grocery store. $6.99 a pound for giant shrimp head on. Sure, you have to chop the heads off, but some people like eating the shrimp heads. Don't judge. You also have different types of steaks. Swordfish steak, mahi-mahi steak, tuna bone-in. You can throw these directly on a grill and get an amazing grilling experience. And I thought this was cute. They usually have large blue crabs, but those have been kind of not great lately. Tiny little crabs. So cute. I don't even know how you would eat those. The same scallops you hear Gordon Ramsay screaming about, they have those here too, as well as a selection of different types of drinks. Japanese imported, Korean imported, anything you might want to have. They have a gazillion types of little drinks as well as small fish like smelt, mackerel, and everything you can imagine. And does it smell fishy? Well, if it does, I don't know what that smell is like, because I have spent a lot of time at this market. So that's our tour of Seafood City, and probably the only wet market in Vegas. And just taking a look at the sign, we can see where they are located. They have 4 locations in Vegas. If you're coming out and you want a little break and you want a cool experience, you'd be smart to check one out. If you're on the Strip, you can get to one within 5 minutes on Maryland Parkway. If you go down Flamingo Road East, just one hop over. If you're in Vegas and you're checking it out and you want to pick up some free stuff in town, hit us up. Our website is vegasforfreenow.com. We will get you some free stuff here. Cash gifts, show tickets, gambling comps, whatever you might like. I am Steven, and hey, look, it's Vegas, a Vegas video blog. Thank you so much for watching, and you have a great day out there, everybody. Bye-bye.